You late, motherfucker. God damn.
Nigga, I just woke up, bro. I was up since like 2 o'clock last night. So
So was
yeah.
I, man. Shit. You don't got that. You don't got that entrepreneur brain that let you.
Um, no, I
You don't
don't
got
got
that.
cocaine. That's what I don't got. Keeping
No,
me
no,
up
you
all
don't.
night.
You don't got entrepreneur brain that you only need 3 hours of sleep and like you have one day off and you just sleep all day that day.
Hell yeah, nigga. I look like Elon Musk to you, nigga. That's shit. Oh man.
Um, fuck. News headline: Black man late. Of course. Hey man, if you're gonna be an hour
Stereotypical.
late, I deserve to be racial for a second.
Uh, be racial all you want. It's not like I can like just reach through the screen and grab you by the throat or something like. No, go ahead.
Motherfucker,
I'm on.
you motherfucker, I'm bigger than you, man. You could I can say this shit to your face.
Uh, dude, I'm like one of those skinny buff niggas. I got muscle, but it
Motherfucker,
don't look
every
like it with
skinny
the clothes I wear.
every black dude who's skinny got muscle, bro.
That's
It's
how it is. It's them
exposed.
genetics. Something with that melanin. I don't know what it is. Melanin, the fried chicken. I don't know, nigga. I'm just throwing shit out there.
You know, those commercials that came out for that, those bags you put up and then you vacuum out the air. That's what every skinny black dude looks like. Like they got vacuum all the fat out.
Wait, you said commercial for what? The vacuum bag? What vacuum bag?
The bags, where you store you put your clothes in, and then like it's an old commercial, and you put a vacuum onto it, and then you suck all the air out and makes it like super thin.
Oh, you talking about that? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Isn't that the you seen that Netflix movie? What was it a movie? It was a documentary. Like Don't Hurt Cats or something like that.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, that's how that nigga killed the cats. He put them in a vacuum seal. I was like, that's fucked up. That was gruesome.
I like how that commercial, like during the back when we would watch TV, like 10 years ago, that commercial was like one of those that were always on, as seen on TV products. There was like that. There was Ben DeRue's and like those DVDs for those plane and like planes. You know those planes, more lots and lots of trains and planes or whatever the fuck it was called.
No, no, you got to describe this a little bit more. I'm not. Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
got the.
Was this not on BET?
I'm not, bro. I wasn't a BET nigga, bro.
You know what? I wish I had BET.
It's kind of fucked up. It's kind of fucked up. You like, okay, I got this black guy here. I'm gonna throw in some BET. I'm gonna throw in some NBA. Like, nigga, I don't watch none of that shit. I'm
Yeah.
one of those black geeks, nigga. I'm a whole cartoon freak.
Oh, you
I
watch
like
anime?
UFC though. I fuck with UFC. Not as much as I did when I was younger, but yeah, I was a big anime buff.
Hmm.
The typical shit, Dragon Ball Z and stuff like
I got a black question for y'all. Why are black dudes so into anime?
that. Huh? Is that a thing? Anime is universal, ain't it?
No, but mainly like black dudes, like you hang out when I was in high school. You hang out with the football team or in college, and all they will fight about is like Dragon Ball Z or Naruto.
Man, you know what? Come to think of it, my cousin and his best friend. They're big anime buffs. But like, yeah, you know what? I don't think that black people are like the only ones that are so into anime. Rather than we're the ones that are unafraid to express our interest in anime. Because back then, motherfuckers would get beat up for that shit. Be like, nah, fuck that nigga. Let me talk about my Naruto.
They get into screaming arguments like, "Man, Naruto ain't got shit on Dragon Ball. I will slap the shit out of you if you say that shit again."
Yeah, actually, I like the first half of Naruto. I don't like the second one. That Shippuden, I didn't care for that. It was too much like big monster fights and shit. I don't like that. I like when it's like it's supposed to be about ninjas. What the fuck is all this? magical shit going on. And all these transformations. I don't like
Now too,
because
we do gangs like gang signs, and there will be like 30 of them. Yeah.
oh yeah, they be like blood. Like nigga, what the fuck is this nigga? It's the fire sign, nigga. I got that
One of
fire.
the
I spit that hot fire.
one of the motherfuckers is made out of sand. He just
You just munching on the fucking camera. That's all I hear.
you know, Naruto gave me nightmares as a kid though.
Oh, did it?
That's why I never got into it. Like
The
I had
fucking
some type of
nightmare. What kind of nightmares would you get from Naruto?
well, because it will always come out at night, and like I was beginning to get into it when I was like a little kid. I think I was like 6 or something. Like I had some type of nightmare where like he hit me in the fucking like Naruto hit me in the fucking head, and then like brain juice started falling out of my head, and I started getting scared, and I was dying.
Oh, and that's it. You woke up. That's where you woke up from.
Oh yeah, when you're a little when you're a little kid, like everything scares you. Now I have like nightmares of the angel of death and everything, like all my family dying. I just wake up and take that shit on stride. I don't cry no more.
Lord, and this is continuous. You are having these dreams as of
Oh yeah,
now.
no, like since I was like probably a teenager, like it's always a different family member dying. Already, it's been my dad, my mom, my sister, my grandma. This is like 2 days ago. It was my cousin. I was like, "Fuck."
Oh man, maybe you need to see counseling or something, nigga. I don't know what the fuck.
I
Boys,
hope it's
I
not
never
no.
a
Go ahead.
premonition. No, I say you say you hope it's not a what? I was like a premonition.
Yeah, I hope it's not that Final Destination shit. I'm gonna go ask my cousin because these whenever I dream about this shit, it feels real, and I can remember most of it. So I'm gonna ask my cousin when I see him this weekend. Hey, dude,
Man,
you ain't kill nobody. No, you're not not feeling guilty because well, I remember in my dream I asked some redneck that was at the funeral for some reason, uh, why he died. Like, oh yeah, guilt. Poor son of a bitch killed a man. I was like, what the fuck? That's when I woke up, and that like really it fucks me up, man.
man. Nah, the dreams I had are very like weird. They're pretty much like they're a product of my lack of like whatever it is I'm lacking like the day before. Like I had this one dream, but I didn't eat the whole entire day. And I had a fucking dream about me chugging down like 300,000 cheeseburgers. And I woke up legit starving like a motherfucker, and I went straight to Whataburger after.
You got
Those are the
that?
type of dreams I. Those are the type of dreams I have. I've rarely had a dream since I was like a childhood about my parents being murdered and everything like that. I used to be like a huge Godzilla fan. Well, I still am, but it was this old American Godzilla, and I used to have a dream about that motherfucker just continuously eating my grandmother and I. Oh man, it was that those dreams were nightmares. Those were nightmares. We'd be in the
Man,
mall, it'd be like some Jurassic Park shit and everything. It's crazy.
bro, like it fucks me up. Like, oh yeah, the heroin. It
Or if
calms down the
or,
dreams.
or if I didn't get no pussy in a long time, I started having dreams about me fucking people.
That fucking one. That should be annoying, bro. You always wake up as soon as you're about to fuck.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh, trying to hit the restroom. Let me drink this one off.
Talking about dreaming and fucking, Bill Cosby is out now. Um, oh my god, I never segued that good, man. That was, bro, that motherfucker really out.
Oh yeah, man. How do you feel about that?
Well, I was confused for a second. I was like, because of what the fuck happened? Like, did it come out that all that shit was a lie?
No,
Did it
see what
find? Did it
happened.
find? I know what
You know
happened.
what
Like
happened? Huh?
some like back in 2005, they had a some type of trial, And in order to get him to confess, they have to make a deal with him saying he can't get locked up for this. Um, and that's how they got settlement money. You could pay, okay, settle this, you pay her, and we write a deal saying you can't get locked up for this. And then they try to use that same one, uh, and in this past one that just came out, and they say like, oh, David, you made him a promise, you can't lock him up for this. We can't. We got to get him out of jail now.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. But I had this whole conspiracy because you 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 remember like this nigga was not telling anybody anything. He was straight uh confined in his statement like I didn't do anything. I'm innocent, yada yada yada. So I just had this whole conspiracy. It was like couldn't you easily go behind the books and pay someone, hey man, this is how we're gonna set up your court case. We're gonna tell you to confess, and we're not gonna prosecute you. Wink, wink. And then they prosecute him, in order for him to get out of jail. Like I don't know, to me that's like a master plan.
What do you think he's
You
gonna
get
do
me?
now that he's out?
Huh? I don't know. Rot. Niggas like 80 something years old with dementia.
You think?
Niggas doesn't got long to live.
I heard he do this. He was doing stand up while he was locked up.
I didn't know. I heard he's straight. He's like straight. Um, he's like not bedridden. That's the wrong word I was thinking of. I was gonna use, but he's pretty much disabled, man. He has people helping him out around the clock. Like Bill Cosby's not all the way there, dude. His daughter passed away a few months ago. I read that he has no recollection of that. Like he's still his dementia is still out of it. So maybe
Oh
he's
my
so
god!
far gone they doesn't even know he raped it. Like this is probably how it goes. I don't know,
You
but I can understand how some people can be upset, mad, and then there's other niggas that are like, yeah, this motherfucker's innocent. He didn't do anything.
50 women lied, man. It's easy to get 50 women to lie. I can get
See,
50
but
women to lie if you ask me.
even if it's 50 women, even if it's 50 women, I
60.
like 60. Like he probably raped like 10 or 11 of the
Nah, can't be that
motherfuckers.
low.
I'm
You that
no, I'm just saying. Like if you got 50 women coming out, I'm not saying all of them are telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying all of them are lying either. But like we got 50, 60 women. There's some gray areas there. So I believe like not all of them are coming out with the complete truth
I
or
believe.
or
I don't believe
another
like out of
fabrication.
60. I believe out of 60. I don't believe it's 11 who are telling the truth. I think it's maybe 11 lying out of the 60, and like 30 of them are like gray areas. Like you know they can't remember much, but they do remember Bill Cosby was there or something like that.
Yeah, that's what he said. They don't remember. It's fucked up. Uh, it's 11 of them, but like they probably don't remember. They probably only got fabrication. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm like I'm not Bill. I'm not there, but like I said, I'm just playing the odds. Like the odds of 60 people coming out, and at the very least, one of them has to be telling the truth. So he did something to someone. That's just how I feel. It'd be different. It was like the whole Michael Jackson thing. Like it was like 3 or 4 kids came out there saying Michael Jackson did something to him, but like that's 4. You know what I'm saying? And all of them were like they could have been in on it or
Now
whatsoever.
I think Mike was just a weirdo.
That nigga changed his nose. But bro, the way his upbringing was weird. Nigga had a father who was so stern on this whole family. Of course you're
You
gonna
know
be a
what?
little bit fucked up. I don't think it'd
I
be
heard
fucking
it.
kid.
I heard this though that they had him chemically castrated, well, like when he was a kid, so his voice wouldn't change. That's why his voice was always like so high pitched when he was an adult.
They put that nigga in a room full of helium.
No, no, I mean like
I
basically
just
they gave him
put him in a gas chamber.
the room with the balloons, with a bunch of balloons.
Hell yeah.
I'm going that quick, get out of here. but when castration is basically they give you a bunch of pills and shit that you're you don't get no testosterone, which basically you need to fucking grow, and that's why his voice didn't change, and maybe he probably never his brain never matured past past the age of 12. So who knows? I don't know.
That's
I'm not
weird.
saying like I can't say what happened, but he was a weirdo, and I think that maybe had something to do with it.
Mm. He was a king of pop, bro. Nigga made some incredible music, and everybody's weird when you're in that limelight, just that fame. Man, I feel like it's just you have money like that, and you can do whatever you want without anybody actually like getting on your back. Besides the critics and the audience members, like you're gonna come off as weird to people.
Like that time he one time rented a whole grocery store and hired actors to pretend to be regular people while he shopped. That's the type of
He did
money he
what?
had.
Say that again.
He rented out an entire grocery store because he wanted to feel like what it was like to be a regular person. So instead of like having like people like the people in there just regular him just going shopping, because if he goes in there like and it's just all normal people will just come to him and everything. So he rented out the entire grocery store and hired actors to pretend to no to shop around.
Oh, shit. God damn. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Nigga had money. Yeah. We paid people to be regular.
So you brought up something interesting about this, that, and I've been meaning to do this for a long time when we were trying to set this up, that the Zoom is too impersonal, and I want to move it from Zoom, but I need to get like a second microphone, and the camera in order to do it in person. And like I'm not living in like a spot, so I don't have a spot, in Houston. I live out of town.
Where, where you stay at? Your parents' place?
Nah, I live in small town here in Brenham, Texas.
Oh, where is got you got your little own apartment and everything? I
Nah,
see
not
those shoes over there hanging up in the background. This shit is gangster. What the fuck?
yeah, it's because I'm renting a room in the house. I did it while I was going to school here, but I just had to like because instead of getting a dorm where I had to leave like every 5 months and pay like 3 grand to 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 stay there. Like I decided to just pay rent in the
Three
small
grand a
room. I'm like,
month?
hmm? No,
3
three
grand a month?
grand, 3 grand for the 5 months you're there, but you don't get to stay. You have to move out like at the end of the semester.
Oh, okay. No, that's not too bad though. 3 grand for 5 months. I was like, damn, nigga, that's not
It
bad
is
at
because
all.
wait, but like it's like school rules and everything, and um, like I said, like if you break it down, like 3 grand, like five, that's probably like I'm paying 400 a month now, and I don't have to uh move out and back in, and follow school rules.
So you in college right now, huh?
Kind of,
Like, where? Huh?
kind of. I went to Blinn this past semester, but I don't know if I'm going back.
Where you? What were you majoring in?
Architecture.
Architecture. Oh, okay. Yeah,
No
some
bad.
ideas. Like, what made you want to do architect? Like, just building buildings. Can you? Are you? Can you draw? Can you make like structures on paper and everything?
Kind of. I just didn't want to tell my dad I wanted to be a comic.
Like, son, you know you're ruining your life, right?
Yeah. Now what I wanted to
You're
do
like a
was
son with these petty
like
squabbles and talent.
that's why I can have like an in-person podcast because I live so far out. But what I'm thinking about doing is like, because this mic isn't that big, I could just take this one, another one, um, another X with the wire and everything, and I have a mixer. Hold on, you went out for a second.
Oh yeah, my bad. I'm fucking around
Yeah.
with the app.
All right. I have this one. I could get another one exactly like it with another cord. I already have a mixer. Only one. It only has one input. For the microphone. But I bought like a thing to split them so we could put two mics into one. And I get a camera. So what I'm thinking about doing, like when I start doing it in person, I'll like take it with me, start traveling and going to like people instead of, making them drive all the way to where I'm at.
Oh yeah, that doesn't sound tedious at all.
But like and it's weird because um like I watch like you watch Joe Rogan's podcast. There's people like who fly all the way from New York just to show up on his shit.
Yeah, this
And
motherfucking Joe Rogan. I mean,
I know.
nigga has clout. Like I would fly over. I would. Well, he's in Austin, right? Yeah, I would drive over there just to fucking if I can be on this nigga podcast. But
Well, yeah,
honestly, though, outside of Joe Rogan, like, have you heard Dave Chappelle's podcast, Midnight Miracle? That is a beautiful, beautiful podcast. Like from beginning to end, is it's just a dope list.
I haven't heard of it yet. I don't even know where to find it.
Well, you can find the first episode on YouTube. This Midnight Miracle, How to Inspire. That's the first episode, and that would give you an idea on how he structures his podcast. And it's him, Most Def, uh, Talib Quell, and they have other guests, but majority is those three musketeers. And them motherfuckers are just so insightful, funny, and just an overall good time to listen to. Like it's an amazing podcast, man. It's my favorite actually.
Yeah, I'll
Like
check it out as soon as
Joe
I can
Rogan.
because I'll check it out as soon as I can because I really want to. No, but the thing is my this shit ain't big enough yet, so I'm thinking I could drive down.
Am I your first comic?
No, fucks no.
Oh, who else you had on here?
Well, I had Joe the pet on the last episode. I've
Joe
already
Escobar?
had yeah, and I also had Enrique on a couple
Oh,
episodes ago.
that's
I
my
had a
nigga.
yeah, and I had a bunch of like people who already been like on TV and had specials and all that. Dwayne Perkins, Pete Johansson, like a lot of.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's what's up. I don't even know. Wait, yeah, I'm not familiar. I'm terrible with names. Like if they're not black, I low key don't know who the fuck they are.
Dwayne Perkins is black.
Word? Okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, they're not like in the Chappelle, Bill
Not
Burr, Kevin Hart category. I really don't know who. Yeah, I'm
actually.
not.
Dwayne Perkins came up with Bill Burr in the Boston scene. That like went over to like he came up in like that around that time. He's a little younger, but he was like
Mm.
the young cat hanging around with Bill Burr and Patrice O'Neill.
Oh man, for real. How's it? How's he? I never see. I gotta check out this comment. I don't even know who these guys is.
Well,
I'm not man.
he's like he's not your typical black comic. Uh,
What does that
he's
mean? He's
he's
like a lead?
no, he's like very he's like clean and very how do I say? You gotta check him out. Just check him out. But he's like a clean dude. But he's really funny. He has like an hour special. It was on Netflix. It's now on Amazon Prime. It's called Take Note.
It's not on Netflix right now though.
Not anymore. It was, but it's on Amazon Prime now.
Yeah, I wonder. Man, okay, yeah. And how old is he?
Like 40 something, 45, I think.
Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, yeah, quite young in comparison to Bill and Dave.
Well, yeah, they no, I think around the same age as Dave. Hold on, let me check. I think he's like
If
early
he's
40s,
40,
41.
Dave is like 46. It's kind of, I sound like a stalker that I know this nigga's age by heart.
Well, yeah, you Google him just to find out. Sometimes you Google people just
Oh,
to find out how much.
yeah, that nigga's 55, nigga. I know.
Nah, yeah, I'm googling to see how much time he has because once he starts hitting 60, you might want to keep an eye on him.
Oh, for real.
Dwayne Perkins. You can Google him because he has his own Wikipedia. That's how. So he's that. Oh, he's 50. Shit,
Oh, damn, you was way off, nigga, by
I
a
was
good
way off.
decade.
No, he's about the same age as same age as Bill.
Bill's like 51, 52 or something like that, right?
Yeah. So he said like he basically started like he was a Dwayne started like he was a host, and that's how he, like not even for comedy, like for like events, variety shows at his school, and then that's how he started doing stand up. From what he told me,
Um, okay, yeah.
and he
What made, huh?
go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask, like, it's what made you want to do stand? Like, what made you want to start doing stand? I feel
Um,
like I'm the interviewer now, Zod. I'm asking you questions.
you still can't remember my fucking name, man. Shit.
It's
Um,
ZA. It's
yes, yes.
ZA, but that's too much. I'm just gonna be like Za.
You motherfucker! I put two periods on it so you could easy to be easier to understand.
the
You still
first
can't get
time,
it right. You
the
already
first
fucked up
time
my introduction.
I didn't see the dots the first time. I was on the shrooms. I was
You know
high.
what? I let that slide for like a couple times, and then I was like, "You motherfucker! You can't get my fucking intro right." They
That's
think
my
they coming
excuse.
here to see some motherfucker named Za.
Hell yeah. If I heard a nigga named Za, I was like, hold up, this motherfucker might be neat. Kind of, yeah. Then ZA, I'm like, oh, look at this. He trying to rap and do comedy.
The fuck, bro?
Give
You
it up to
get
ZA, y'all. The best
Z,
MC in Houston.
mother MCZA. uh, Give me some fucking wizard name. Za.
Za.
Za. The
They go
protector
very,
of
very
the
Pretendo Patuda. I don't know how to fuck them niggas. I don't know how to
some Game
magic
of
spells
Thrones.
work.
Some Lord of the Rings shit, but um basically I've been wanting to do stand up since I was probably 12, 13. Because what I
Oh,
would do is like those HBO specials, you hear the thing starts and goes that static for the HBO specials.
what about it?
I would like always see that, and it'll be like Cat Williams or something. I was like, and I would never watch the full thing. I was like, oh, some that just flashed through the TV. I was like, all right. But then like around when I was turning like around 12 or 13, I started watching people like DL Hughley, uh, George Lopez, Bernie Mac, and all that. And I was like, then I started like really going into like some type of rabbit hole where I would just watch, then it was Cat Williams and it was Paul Rodriguez, like Dave Chappelle's old stuff. And I was like, that's when I really went deep into it. And that's since I always wanted to do it from that age. I didn't really, and I always like never found a way to never got into it until I turned 19 because, but I've always wanted to do stand up because I've been watching it my whole life almost.
You know what's funny? Like, I grew up watching Eddie Murphy, Bernie Mac, DL. I never knew they were comedians until later. I thought these were just some funny ass actors, but I didn't realize they started their career while doing stand up. Like that right there is just such like an enlightening moment for me when I once I figured it out. I was like, oh shit, pretty much anybody can like start from the bottom. Just you just gotta be funny and have like, be proactive in your comedic career.
Yeah, and it was like it's always scary to like when you first start doing it because like here's something that like you see all these people do. You go into this. You've been watching this your whole life, then and you always wanted to do it, but you never like always you're either too always too scared or you can never you're always too like you no, you never find the right time, which is like what mindset most people have. And like I never realized this until I really started. I was like at third floor at a at third floor for on the Tuesday nights. I was there one time. The opening, like to start the show, like a bunch of comedians go up there and riff the people who are performing, and I did good that time. Now in third floor, I always do good for some reason. Up in Bryan and College Station. And like once I got off, I had like a good riff. I made people laugh. I thought it fucking killed. And there was like I'm still 19. This was like before my birthday. I'm still 19. This was a few months ago, and some old dude at the bars was asking me questions about like, so how do you like he's trying to figure out how to do it. Like he asking me like, so what do you have to like think when you go up there or like and like I asked like he asked me how I'm 19. Like I asked him how old he was. He's like 26. So and I never understood like how annoying people are when they say I always wanted to do stand up. Like you just do it. Nobody wants to do stand. They just do it. I wanted to, like that wanting to do stand up. That's kid shit. Like you just go up there and do it.
Oh yeah, it's a start, man. Yo, when I first started doing stand up, it wasn't even like an open mic. It was more of a workshop. So I was doing my set in front of other comedians. Yo, and like they critiqued my set so harshly. You know what? It wasn't even harsh. It wasn't even harsh critiques. It was more of me being a little bitch, and I just didn't have the emotional maturity around that point to take appropriate criticism. So I didn't end up I didn't end up doing stand up until like a year later because of that one moment, bro. But I've been doing it for 2 years since like that year that I, fucked up. So yeah, I've been loving it ever since, man. I know this is something I want to do for the rest of my life.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Truly. I'm actually
This
at
is
the
like
moment like I took a I took a week off this week from stand up because I spent my whole 2 years of comedy pretty much perfecting my stage presence, making sure I can pause correctly, making sure my enunciations, my just my speech, and just overall my feeling on stage is comfortable. And I feel like I got that down. But my whole issue with comedy, my rough area, the part where I stumble over the most is pretty much sitting down and writing material. Like that is so hard for me, man. It's not even hard. It's just I'm such I have ADHD, so I like to move around and everything. I like to, my mind jumps from one place to another. So to actually sit down and force myself to write is such a pain in the ass.
well, the thing about me, I don't sit down to write. I just like whenever some like funny thought comes to me, I put it down on my phone. Now I never take my phone up on stage to like read jokes. I don't like doing that. I just like put the phone on the bed on the stool and like have press record, so I could have the audio for later.
Yeah,
So what I do is like I write down all my jokes. Like the day I have like a open mic, I read through them. I just read through them. And then I go up and head to the place. I don't listen to comedy because every time I listen to like I'm in the car listening to an album like by Joey Diaz or Jim Norton, it will fuck me up because I will try to. It will fuck me up
imitate
because I
their style.
no not like imitate and like I'll have their jokes and their act in my head instead of my own, and that will fuck me up.
Nah, yeah, yeah. I know
So I
exactly what
can't
you're talking about.
I can't listen to no other comics when I'm about to go on stage. That's why when you see me at Liberty Station, I always have football highlights on because when I put football highlights on my phone and watch the videos, I'm not watching the highlights. Like my eyes are on the screen, but in my head, that like I'm getting like my jokes are coming to me. And what I like to do is when I get there, after I like I read all the jokes I have down on my phone, I put my phone away. I get like a little note card or a tiny piece of paper and a pen, and I write down everything that comes up, like everything I can memorize that's in my head already. So I write that down. I write that down. I write that down. Now, when I go up on stage, now recently, like I took like a month hiatus, so I needed to take the note card up. I think that was the last time like I saw you, but I just started like after like two or three, like three shows, I put the note card up and I started and I got back on track. So I don't even look at the note card after I write them down. I like, all right, I know what I'm about, and I don't have no script. I don't have no like fucking script that I go by because that will fuck me up too. Like I'll just have like, all right, these jokes are in my head. I'm gonna go ahead like I'm gonna like read the crowd, and then I like get into my shit. Like if you see my stand up, bro, like about only two of my like two jokes I tell are like stuff that I had planned, and the rest just comes to my head. Like sometimes I tell a joke that I didn't even jot down on the little piece of paper, and sometimes like only two of the two jokes. That's that's probably all that was scripted, and it wasn't even like good timing. It's just like I because the perfect time is like when they're not expecting it or when it feels right.
No, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because it's you can feel it. It's a feeling, bro. You can if you can kind of feel the room, feel how everybody's vibe is, and there's been times for me where I felt that. Like you know what I'm saying? You kind of know, okay, the vibe in here is kind of a little bit off, or like everybody's all hyped, or everybody is just certain way. But there's times where like I ignore that feeling out of just selfishness. Like, dude, I don't like. There's times where you know you sometimes you have to do crowd work in order to
Oh
get
yeah.
the you know just to make sure that like the crowd is comfortable and like it's pretty much a proper way of introducing yourself when you do crowd work. Okay, this guy's talking to us. He's not just here doing his set for himself. But I was talking to Will and another comic about this yesterday. There's times where I show up to Mike and I don't give a fuck about talking to anybody. And all I want to do is go on stage and do my fucking some new shit that I've been trying out or do my set and just go home. But like you can't have that attitude. Every moment you're on that stage has to be a moment. I realize like when I go like the times that I go on stage just to have fun, I usually have a terrific set. Even for better or for worse, even when I bomb, it's still a good bomb. Like everybody's still having fun when I bomb. But usually when I go on stage and I have this idea, I have this plan that and I wanted to go like this. It typically doesn't really work out in my favor because
I
I'm ignoring everybody's vibe and projecting my vibe onto them without actually flowing with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. I love crowd work though because one thing I realized when I started doing comedy, whenever I do good is when I try to stick to whenever I do bad, like whenever my shit doesn't work, is when I try to stick to a script. That's why I say I don't like doing that. Whenever it goes good is when like it's unexpected, like stuff that comes like organically, like from like off the dome. And that's why I love crowd work because I realize I don't fucking like the audience, man. I fucking hate. Fuck you, man. Like that's the attitude I have because look, doing comedy in Houston is tough because and Joe told me last episode like that these people didn't come to laugh. They came to have a drink after a long day of work, and if they're trying to see like, oh, there's a show going on, you know. So you're trying to make motherfuckers laugh who don't want to laugh. And one thing when like the crowd looks at me, I was like, what really makes me mad and makes me go fuck you to the crowd is like you guys are looking at me like I'm supposed to be afraid of you. Like Patrice O'Neill, who I think was the funniest man to ever live, man. He said, when you're bombing, the worst thing you could do is not bomb because because power corrupts. And the minute like you feel like you're doing, and the minute they see you doing like climbing, gasping for air, or trying to survive, the crowd audience automatically feels I got my foot on his neck, and I got my foot on his neck, and I'm not about to let him go. So that's why the audience fucking enrages me. Like fuck you, motherfucker. Like that's why I start talking shit, and Joe tells me you can't do that, man. You can't do. You need the audience to make it.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta find. Yeah, I've been trying to cause like you said, like I have so much admiration for Patrice O'Neal. Wasn't really like my go-to comedian, but as far as his approach to comedy, I have a tremendous amount of admiration for the guy. Just his fearlessness, the fact that he was on stage and he didn't give a fuck. He was like, dude, I want to say what I want to say. I want to do it the way I want to do it. I have so much respect for that, and that's kind of how that's the approach I feel everybody should take with their comedy, man. Like, be fearless, say what you want to say, even if it might bomb, man. Just attempt it, bro. The attempt is the special part. If you don't attempt to try something new, then you're just selling yourself short.
Yeah,
But
he was.
yeah,
I think he's like probably the greatest like all around comedian to ever live, and because it's not just a stand up, and like I
fuck
say
you,
this,
diabetes.
fuck that shit killed half my family, and it took Patrice. God damn, and like
Put that nigga
I
feet
forgot
and
what
that
his
nigga brain in his eyes. Um, R.I.P.
man. May he rest in peace. The thing about him was fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Shit. Oh, like did you ever like listen to like the only person funnier than Patrice the stand up comic was Patrice the radio guy, because then you hear him be funny all the fucking time he's talking.
Dude, that's how I got into him. Actually, like I said, I didn't really gravitate too much to his stand up routines. But when it came to his interviews, like the Opie and Anthony, like, dude, that shit had, I just love, bro. He did this one interview on some news channel. He was talking to this woman about, I know you know what I'm talking about.
Fuck yeah.
And he's, oh my god, he straight went in on this chick, man. He made it like it was just so hilarious. Oh man, but listen, bro,
Patrice Patrice once said that when you're having sex with a woman from behind, doggy style, and you punch her in the back of the head, that her body basically paralyzes. And but she's going, it's called the donkey punch. You're doing my act wrong. Then the lady tries to keep going. She says, "When you're," but she's also said when you're receiving oral sex from your partner, that you ejaculate her in her eye and you kick her in the shin. It's called the angry pirate. You ejaculate in her eye, you kick her in the shin, and she jumps around going, "Ah, you're doing my act wrong." And then someone laughed like, "Why are you laughing?" She is outraged, bro. Shit like that, bro. That makes it like that make like shit like that makes him the greatest, man. In my opinion.
Man, for real. And what's tragic because I feel especially in this cancel culture that we're living in, how everybody's so sensitive, and social media, how outlandish social media is getting. Bro, we need someone like Patrice O'Neal more than ever. Like, this nigga would straight have a blast in this time. Just imagine just the shit he'll be talking about, bro. When it comes, oh my god, like I can only imagine. Like, I wish he was alive to the day.
Oh my
Just to
god, he
see,
missed it.
just to see how we just traverse through this weird social climate that we're living in.
Like, how y'all feel about the uh oh shit, I don't know what, like, but I was like, he missed out on so much. I would love to see Patrice O'Neill during the Trump administration, during
Oh my, dude, doing Trump. I don't think he wasn't allowed doing Trump. Period. Was he?
no, fuck, he
Yeah,
died in
yeah,
2011.
yeah, yes, and yeah, fuck yeah,
Oh,
dude.
the Obama.
I don't even think he was allowed doing Obama.
No, he was alive during Obama. The first, but when he
Yeah, yeah,
won
yeah, yeah.
he wasn't
Yeah,
alive when he won re-election, and that shit would have been
yeah,
hilarious.
fuck yeah, yeah. This nigga was. Oh my god, yeah, that yeah. Oh man, I would love to see him do Trump, bro. That shit was just. Oh, that would.
God,
Man, rest in
man,
peace to a legend, bro. Rest in peace to a legend.
may he rest in peace. Man, like
Man, I've been
I'll start.
watching. Huh?
Go ahead.
Also, I was watching. I never really been a big Richard Pryor fan, but as of recently, I've been watching. Like he had like this Netflix special live in concert, and like you hear people talk about Richard Pryor. Oh, he's the greatest. He's this and that. But I never actually seen his set for myself to actually like get a good enough opinion for me. But dude, I was watching this live in concert, and man, even to this day, that shit had me wrong. Like Richard, like I can like just watching it, I just understood like why Richard Pryor was so fucking funny. Just the voices this dude just like he was so real.
I one time got a gun and shot my tires, and it would scream. Wah! You ever
Uh,
notice how white people are so friendly when there's a bunch of is around? Like, hey, how are you? I censored that, by the way.
I'm
You
bald,
heard me self-censored.
Now just when you say it, put like your finger out, and I'll just say nigga in your place. Like yeah,
You ever know?
nigga,
Yeah, like you ever notice how white people? You ever notice how white men get kind of nervous when there's a bunch of
niggas.
around? It's like, hi, how are you? Take my wife. Like, here, hi, hello. Here's my wife.
Hi, hello, here's my wife. There you go. There you go. Get out of
That shit would have been funny if this was in person.
here. For real, the timing, the timing.
Like, that's a long pause. Like, hi, like, you ever notice how white people get so nice when there's a bunch of wait, what's going on? It's taking too long. All right.
Man,
Like speaking, like, you think it's like, have you ever done stand up in like another city other than Houston?
actually, that's one of my. That's, I want to do that. I'm trying to go to Austin sometime next week, so that's one of my. I'm trying to get that off my bucket list because my whole idea of stand up in this country is based off the standard of Houston. So I have no like, what I'm saying, I have no understanding of how stand up is elsewhere. So I look at Houston, I'm like, okay, this is how stand up is supposed to be. But man, I feel like it'll be healthy for me to go to different places. Like I'm going to Austin next week just to get a feel of how it is for myself. Because I hear a whole bunch of things. I hear people saying that Austin comics are like terrible, unfunny, or it's easy down there. But like, what I'm saying? I don't know for myself. So I'm gonna go see that. I want
You
to
know
go
what I
see it.
think?
I
You
don't
know
know.
what I think it is? There's no comedy store or comedy cellar in Houston. It's just a bunch of bars with open mic nights. And like I said, we try to make people laugh who didn't come there to laugh. So that's why like it's harder. Like if you could kill in the open mic in Houston, I think you should be like very skilled. Like cuz I can't speak for New York or LA or Austin, but I think when I go to every time I go like to College Station in Bryan, like, and reason I do so good is because I'm callous from doing all this Houston shit where I bomb and bomb and bomb. But when I go up there, I do good because it's just it's a different scene. It's like and I think that's why like I say every time I go up there, I do fairly well.
Yo, yeah, and um, a bunch of comics have told me, professionals who they go out of town and everything. They literally said that Houston is probably the most perfect place for a comic to start off his comedic career, since it's in hindsight it's just a harsh place to do comedy, which I thought was weird. I was like, Houston, it doesn't seem that bad, but yeah, motherfuckers from Austin will come over here to do stand up, and none of their jokes would land. None of they, what I'm saying. They were a pilot. That shit was straight go down because their shit was just yeah.
Yeah.
So Houston is a good place to do comedy. But just like you said, all we have are bars. We don't have no fundamental. Well, outside from the improv, but the improv is not really like,
No open mics at improv. They don't count.
you know what I mean.
It's basically a theater.
It
Improv.
used to be both, but there used to be open mics at improv. But they stopped.
They got to bring that shit back though, man. That shit is we we need it. For real, because we can't. That's why the scene isn't as big, man. Everyone wants to go to LA, New York, and now Austin. When Houston, like, we got like we got some of the funniest people in the country, and and it doesn't feel like that because like I said, the scene is tough to make it in, but we
Yeah,
can like
there's no Hollywood here. There's no fucking, there's no Apollo. There's no Radio City here in Houston. You know what I mean? No SNL. Like all you have are small little clubs that other comics have made here and bars. There is nothing. There is no platform here in Houston. That's the whole idea.
what you should do is, man, is like to check out the scene somewhere else. Go to the come right here, the like Brian and College Station third floor canteen. Like every Tuesday night, they have an open mic. The list goes out at 8. The show starts at 9. And
I've
like
been there.
just you,
I've been to the canteen.
oh,
I
for
haven't
real?
been. Yeah, like I've been there twice, and I fucking killed like all two times.
You
Like
kill,
you said,
right?
yeah, it's a nice room. It's just a drive. Like it's a whole hour drive. I just been lazy and
Yeah,
going there
I
every
have to
Tuesday.
look. I'm out of town. I still have to drive like 50 minutes to get there over some like one way street, or like not two-way street. And like I got to risk not hitting a car head on. It's 1 a.m. sometimes when I come back.
Mm. And that drive is dark as hell. Your eyesight is bad, like mine. Nigga. You a goner.
Shit. Uh, but like, and I need this. I need sometimes I feel like I need the shit slapped out of me because uh, I'm getting some. If it's that's why I love coming to Houston because it really humbles you. Being as tough as it is, because sometimes I'm watching SNL and think I could be the funniest motherfucker on that thing, and like half of me that's me like being confident, half of it is like me like SNL isn't what it used to be. It's not like how it was when Chris Farley or Will Ferrell was there. But like I need to keep that humble. Like I don't want to think that way, but I kind of need to think that way a little bit if I want to make it.
Well, wait, what do you mean exactly? Want to elaborate?
Like on SNL or feeling arrogant.
By yeah, you could like that. The mentality of it all is what I'm trying to get.
Um,
You got to put yourself. You don't want to think like what like cocky, arrogant. Like what is?
well, I don't want to be cocky and arrogant for sure, but I also don't want to be so like have such low self esteem or be so insecure about myself that I need some of that. Man, I could be the funniest motherfucker on SNL if I get on there. I need some of that. I don't need all of it because then I'll just be some asshole. But I need some of that to say to to like do my stand up right because like I said, I'm mad at like every time I go on stage, I'm mad at the audience, and I'm because they want me to be afraid of them, but in reality, they can't do what I'm doing right now. That's why it's a free open mic, and you don't come up on stage.
Mm, that's fuck yeah. I mean, it's tough, man. I know for me, I'm trying to some of my material is a bit personal, and I'm trying to not make it as personal. That's low key my job, or yeah, my thing right now. That and I'm going back to the basics of rules of three. You familiar with that?
Nah, tell me.
Right. Well, basically, when you look at pretty much not everything, but mostly, uh, you can find things falling into the category of the rule of three. Like example, you got the Three Musketeers. Uh, when it comes to like poetry, you notice that people set up their poetry in three verses. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So yeah, when it comes to comedy, you want to have premise, setup, and punchline. Those are three right there. The rules are three, and you pretty much don't want to drag on your premise, which is what I do. I drag on my premise to where it's like premise, setup, punchline, and yeah, and it doesn't have the rhythm. You need to have rhythm in your comedy. I'm pretty sure you seen that YouTube video of this dude. He's like playing the drums to certain comedians. Have you seen? Yeah, and they pretty much follow that whole rhythmic. rule of three format. If you listen to any comedian, actually any of the professionals, you'll notice their jokes are very short and they get to the point very quickly, and it's more of like boom, boom, bam, boom, boom, bam, and that's what I'm trying to get at. So I'm going back to my old material and I'm kind of reworking it in a way to where it doesn't drag on too much, and I can hurry up and get to that punchline as quickly as possible.
When you should I say this? When you work on your material, does it feel? You ever have like some joke that it feels like it's not your material, like you're trying too hard to be something else or someone else?
Nope, never felt like that before. I,
That's why.
I try to make an effort to actually sound like my whole thing is just articulating myself into making it funny. But I always try to. I don't. That's one of the reasons I don't like taking advice from other comics because they don't really unless I truly know you and you know me. Like when I take critiques or advice from other comics about my material, I don't like it because they typically give me advice in a way that they see the joke or they write the joke. I'm like, dude, I don't talk like you. I don't sound like you. I don't think like you. So like your whole just your advice doesn't really help me out, man. It just it's not good for me.
You if you see me like you see me at open mics, I'm always quiet. I always try to be reserved and like keep to myself. But in actuality, every time someone bombs, I was like, I really want to go up to them, hey, man, you know you fucking suck right now, right? But but it's cool.
It's the most hilarious shit ever. I laugh
But
every
it,
time. When I bomb, I can't help but laugh. It's so fucking funny because you just get it. Like, oh well, better luck next time, part.
and like I want to be sometimes an asshole when I'm at an open mic. Like when there's a joke that I find funny but no one laughs. I wish I had that asshole laugh at me, like that loud ass laugh when everybody's you know when everybody's trying like not laughing and then like the punchline goes out like just screaming. I've done that before, and like it's hilarious because like I was at Darwin's pub. There was like some dude up there, and he did an abortion joke, and like everyone at the bar went, "Oh," and I just lost my shit, bro. And then like the joke, all of a sudden it became funnier.
You lost. Wait. So you did a set and you lost your shit, and you just
No, no,
like,
no, no. Someone else, like when someone else is doing their set,
yeah,
and like, and the joke doesn't work, or like this time at Darwin's pub, someone told like an abortion like a joke, and like some edgy joke, and like the bar and everyone went ah, and like I just like lost my shit in laughter.
those be the worst, man. I hate jokes that get like those type of reactions. Oh, I'm like, nigga, I'm trying to make you laugh, not feel sorry for me. Like shit. What can I
And that's what
possibly?
oh man.
But moments like those, I love like what I like, honestly, is when I bomb in the beginning and I kind of bring them back later on. That's a good feeling. That's a really good feeling when you're like, okay, this is going south, but then you kind of find a way to bring it back towards the end.
Yeah, yeah. That's like once when I was still figuring that out, and this goes back to like when I asked you, like, does some of your material feel like it's not your material? It's like when like my first stand up set, I tried to do impressions, and like I didn't know how much I didn't sound like the people until I said it said it out loud.
Like this is David Spade. No, nigga, this is not David Spade at all. Who the fuck are you talking?
Um, but like I try to like because when you whisper shit to yourself, like when you whisper it, like you think you sound like the motherfucker. Like I try to like do that dude from who sings on ACDC, and like I was like when I'm in the car whispering to myself, she was a fast machine, like, and then like I was like, oh yeah, that sounds pretty good. Then like I went like the first time I ever did stand up, I went to Rudyard's That's where I first started out. I think it was past this past December. My first show ever. I tried to sing, and like I was like, "What the fuck?" My mouth's getting dry. My mouth is getting dry. I can't fucking hit. I don't sound like the motherfucker at all. Like,
Oh
god
man,
damn.
yeah, it's different when you're rehearsing and then you're on stage because you can't lose your cool, man. You got to keep your cool. Just yeah.
And I like how the first time I ever did stand up, like people were supportive, and like I never felt that support ever again. Like I remember.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The first time you do stand up, oh yeah, no, get them next time. Then like you're 3 months
Oh
in,
no,
hey
no.
motherfucker, you need to get better.
But like it was my first time on stage. It was like this is my first time on stage. Yeah, clapping, and like I get quiet for a second. I was like, "Do you, bro?" I'm like, I was like, "Wow, these people are really nice." Like next time I do stand up, uh, like you're whispering, like, what is this, mama? No. And that's when I started to fucking hate the audience. Like,
Man,
shit. Uh,
yeah, you can't hate the audience though. You can't. I've seen comics. I know I've seen comics firsthand just attack the audience, and like it's never a good ending. There's been
yeah,
there's
it
been
was.
hilarious moments like I don't know if you're familiar with Antonio Aguilar.
I think I heard of him. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
well, he's a funny dude, but at Rudyard, no, that's not at Rudyard. This was at Darwin's, dude. it was this it was this family, and one of their family members was having a birthday, and they were enjoying the whole show until Antonio came up, and this nigga legit shit it. This nigga took a huge dump on the person's birthday, like to the point that he walked out the whole family, and like each individual from the group was like flicking them off, bro. They spat on the stage. Fuck you. They just walked off. Bro, it was hilarious, man. And then like the person whose birthday it was, I think he was like retarded. So he came back inside and tried to fucking fight Antonio Aguilar on stage. Bro, and his whole family was like, bro, like, and like, I think his brother came up was like, hey, I'm sorry, my brother had a fight with you guys. He's a little bit retarded. You know what I'm saying? It's his birthday today, and everybody was like, damn. But it was hilarious. It was, bro, it was probably the funnest night I've had at Darwin in a minute.
Oh
Like
shit!
the thing about it, the funniest moments to me at least is when like the audience members react like harshly. Like I've like those are the moments where I crack the fuck up because it's the unexpected. You always laugh at the unexpected. So when shit like that pops off, dude, I am in tears. I can't. Oh man, those are the highlights of comedy. Those are the moments that keep me going when bad shit happens.
Yeah, but that shit was like what makes me scared is like I like these stories like, oh, we did a stand up like at this club. We had a show at this club we were booked at, and all the people that were dancing, they didn't want it, but they didn't want to see a show, but they cut the music off anyway. Then they started to riot while we were trying to do our stand up, and then we had to run for our lives while they were chasing us with knives or whatever the fuck.
What?
Stories like that. Stories like that. I think Bill Hicks. That's like some Bill Hicks told, like a story like no, they shut down like some type of disco or something, and then they started to riot. They threw balls at them, chased them with knives. They had to like they nearly almost died, and it's stories like that that scares me, man. Like I was like, like doing stand up, I'm probably gonna have like an encounter or two like this. I'm probably gonna get kicked in the mouth one time. I talk a lot of shit. I like doing crowd work. I can't be funny no other way. Like goddamn,
Oh, I just noticed. I'm digging that Tupac shirt you got on. That shit is
appreciate it,
dope.
homie. Yep.
That's word.
And like
Yo, You got who hangs up their shoes on their fucking door? I never seen that shit before in my life.
People who have like a tiny room that they can't fit shit in.
I never was like, you ever just hang up my shoes, put them on the wall. Like, what the fuck?
Here's a story. I fuck with this one dude. He at third floor this past Tuesday. Um, this dude had an eye patch. Now he was one of the comics who went up. He went like two guys before me, but I noticed he had an eye patch, and on top of the eye patch, he had a pair of regular glasses. And then
That
like dude was, and dude had a like some type of Hawaiian shirt and like and some like he just looked funny, like a sailor's cap, I think, and like he just looked funny. He went up, like did his shit, came down. I think it was some type of he was popular. He's popular in that area because like a lot of people cheered when he like a lot of girls cheered. Like other than the eye patch, dude's a handsome dude, got like curly blonde hair, like looks a little swole, and like a bunch of girls cheer when as soon as his name got called. But like as soon as I went up on stage, I was like, like got a joke or two done. And it was like, and then I looked at him and like, come on, man, is that shit real? Is that shit real? Like, and then he's like, I ain't trying to be an ass. I'm not the one on stage trying to be an asshole. Like, I think the asshole is whoever gave you your glasses. That's the asshole, bro. And like I like every time I do this, every time I fuck with someone in the crowd, I always shake hands. I was like, dude, appreciate you being here. And like, and he was pretty cool. And he was like, we
oh
fist
yeah,
bump
yeah.
like good set. And like, except for
I
this
do that
past
too.
weekend.
Like when I'm on stage talking shit to someone, every time my set's over, I always go and give him a hug, just to let them know, no hard feelings, bro. It's all part of the show. Just trying to make people laugh. No big deal.
And to bring this podcast full circle, uh, I made this black lady angry this past time that I was at Liberty Station.
Ooh, give me the details.
Oh yeah, you missed it because I know shit, Marlo's not here, and I think it was Joe Escobar hosting the whole show by himself, and I
Hold
was
up,
like,
wait. Were you there when that nigga fell on stage? I think this was last week at Liberty when Joe was drunk as fuck and he fell on stage. Were you there when that happened?
was this past Sunday? Did I miss
Not
it?
this
Cause I
past
let
Sunday. Sunday before last Sunday.
nah, I wasn't there. Probably not. Wait, was I?
Man.
If I probably left early because I like to do my shit and leave.
Yeah.
But like how I was fucking with you racially, there was this black like there was this couple. Now I think the man was a comic, so a swole black dude. He had like I heard him talk to Joe like, hey man, I'm a comic. I was wondering like if I could do my shit up on stage, and he came with like a woman. I think they must have been like in their late 30s or 40s, the late 30s, early 40s, probably that. And like she was like was she was like had not well dressed, but like dressed well, like in street clothes, and like the ladies, black woman's head is shaved. She's one of them short hair women. I go up on stage. I fuck with Enrique. I like to do. I fuck with the host. Give it up for your host. No, not Enrique. Joe. Give it up for Joe, man. I like how Joe He dresses like a 5-year-old. So I did that shit. Like, how y'all doing? And two like white dude, like a white dude and a Venezuelan dude. As soon as I got up, these two guys came and sat on the front row. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And they were there to laugh. And I like those two. They were good natured. And the black lady was sitting in the couch right next to the stage. You know what I'm talking about? And the dude got up and left, like right before I went on. And I was gonna like, dude left. I was gonna ask him, "Hey, miss, I have a black question for you. Why don't
She
black
was like,
women?"
go on.
No, well, I know. Like, well, first I asked her, you're black, right? I take a guess. Because and I was like, you're black, like, and I went to the white guy and like, I called him. This shit is vibrating.
Hold up, bro. Somebody's getting kidnapped.
And I went to I was like, Yep, I got it. I just got it. All right. So I went to after I says you're a black woman, right? She quickly says no, like no, well, like she was really sour, and like but I didn't give her like time enough for her to say it to my face because I turned to the white dude and says, I don't know what you call them, but I call them black, and I came back to her. I was like, I got a black question for you, ma'am. Why don't black women ever pause every three numbers when they give a phone number? That joke bombed a little bit, and I was like, I'm gonna leave her alone now because I'm gonna get my ass kicked after the
Wait,
stage.
what? Hold on, hold on, wait, hold on. I'm confused. Why don't black women pause whenever they get a wait? What?
Why don't black women pause whenever they give a phone number? They always give the number fast as fuck before you can like,
They be like three two
uh,
five 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 six seven eight nine.
bitch, I don't even got, bitch, I don't even got my phone now. Wait up, bro. That shit would have worked if she wasn't mad. That shit would have worked if she wasn't mad, but like she was like sour, and then like I try to play up how mad she was. Like I'm gonna turn around, like is she laughing? I could feel my face getting hot because she was looking right at me. Like I felt
Should
she
have
was
asked her
looking
for
at
a
me.
number. Doing those. Like, I'm sorry, man. Can
Uh,
I get your number?
I was like, but yeah, that was like, and like the whole shit went well. That was the first time I ever did like good at Liberty Station, like fairly well. And like
Mm.
after the set, I shake hands with everyone, but like I don't think she was in the mood to say hello or whatever. She was really,
That's
and
not
that's
even
like,
a racist. That's not even a racist thing. It's just a funny observation. It's like
yeah,
it's
it
like
is.
it's like why do black women why how come when y'all get mad y'all clap? What the fuck is up with that? What are y'all
Hey,
applauding? Like, bitch, I told you that you ain't gonna fuck. Like, bitch, shut the fuck. Are you mad or are you giving me applause? Make it your mind, bitch.
is only to like uh don't pause before when they give you your phone. They give you their phone number. It's only black women who do that, and entire white women. You know the white women when you're looking for a parking spot, they're walking down the middle of the street.
Sounds like
It's
no, it sounds
them.
like those motherfuckers they're riding those scooters downtown. I hate those bats.
Fucking walk, get an Uber, a taxi, something. I don't think
No,
you're.
how about you just ride on the goddamn sidewalk? What there's built for? These motherfuckers be in the middle of the street with their bikes and shit.
Those electrical scooters, man. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, this episode went
Not gonna
overtime.
lie, them hoes look fine as hell, though. I'll probably be one of those people. Now that I'm talking about them, I'm not gonna lie to you.
You live
I'll
in
be I'll
downtown?
be in the middle of the street, like I got an actual fucking bike. Nah, this is a motherfucking scooter, nigga. The
You
hose
live in
goes
the down
20. Huh?
You live in the downtown area?
Yeah, I'm in Montreux.
Ah, Mantra. Oh, this
Why
is
you
really
say
started.
that? Oh, why
My
you?
dad.
What's wrong
Look,
with Montreux? Is something got your nose on? GA.
my dad.
I'm gonna call
I'll
you
tell
God.
you right
Fuck.
now. Now, I told my cousin like, hey, come to this show. Like I'm doing, and I sent him that. I'm about to start doing stand up. I told my cousin, hey, come check me do my thing, and I sent him the address of the spot. It was Red Yards. Red Yards is in Montrose. It was like, oh, he said, oh, that's Montrose. Like, yeah, what about it? No, just a lot of LGBTQ people there. I was like, oh shit, like I don't care. Like the fuck, why are you
What's
telling me
wrong?
like I'm
What's wrong with
supposed to be?
some man? You don't want to. He don't want to come down and get some man pussy. What's wrong with that?
I was like, is that supposed to scare me? Like, we in college. You see everyone there. So I was like, I do
Hey,
my shit
bro,
like
I'd rather stay in an LBG2 community than the hood. Let me tell you that right now.
it's
I don't
safer.
want
All
to.
the
I don't want
buildings
to.
look nicer.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Gay people, they know how to take care of these shit, and they look out for one another. Niggas, like they'll look out for you as long as you got some bread in your pocket.
Now my dad has a tracker on my phone. Like I already explained why I have the thing. Uh, because my dad's like
My dad
GPS
had a
tracker.
tracker on my phone too. I had to get a new phone. Like, no, you ain't finna fucking
Like
discover
I
me
already
now.
explained. I explained this in the last episode. Y'all go check it out. But like, basically, he has a tracker on my phone, and he noticed like every time I tell, hey dad, I'm about to go hang out with some friends because they don't know I'm doing. He doesn't know I'm doing stand up. I'm about to go hang out with my friends, or I'm about to go hang out with my cousin. I text my cousin, hey, if my dad asks, I'm with you. All right. So So I do that, and he sees me go to Rudyard's. And I tell him, and like I tell him, like, oh, Rudyard's is like a restaurant. They have like an open mic. We like to go watch the show, me and my friends. So he doesn't know I'm doing stand up. He just thinks I'm going to Rudyard's to like check out, that, or oh yeah, they have live music. It's all cool. So my dad says, "Hey, be careful every time you go to Montrose because it's not the first time I've been there." He was like, "Be careful every time you go to Montrose. Uh, I don't want you showing up on the Jerry Springer show all of a sudden." Your mic's off.
Hey, is Jerry gay?
What?
Is Jerry Springer gay?
No, he's not gay. He just has a bunch of trans people on his show. Like, by the way, I was born a man. Then they
Oh
get
man,
mad. They
I
try
don't
to
watch your
fight.
shows that bitches know that. I didn't know they need to be bringing up trans people on this show.
Oh yeah, that's basically their mainstay. Like people, they go to like dudes go to the club. They tried to say, "I'm leaving my girlfriend for this stripper I met at the club or something." And it was like, then the stripper comes out. I need to tell you, I was born a man. And sometimes you can't, like nowadays you can't tell, but still, I'm
Pretty
saying,
sure that brings him a whole lot of clout. Like fuck yeah, bro, I would be bringing up a whole bunch of transgender people just for the views alone. You know how much money I'll get from that shit? That nigga's profiting. That's bank.
hey, Jerry Springer is a is like what was I about to say? Jerry Springer provides many hundreds of jobs every year to transgender people. No, you don't see any other company doing that.
And he also gives them a couple blowjobs.
But like really, my dad says like,
That
"Hey,
was a
be
stupid
careful." I
joke. I
heard
had to
like
say it. I didn't care.
so.
I like them stupid jokes. I don't give a fuck. Blowjobs. Bam. Punchline.
But my dad says
Huh?
like, "Be careful." Like,
What you saying? My fault, bro.
but my dad basically says, "Be careful. There's a lot of transgender people in that area. Don't fuck around. Fuck like think you're fucking with a woman and like it turns out you reach down there. Fuck like just be careful out there, son. Don't fuck around." But
That's
yeah.
what the guy. You should bring like just like you don't gotta date one, but just bring home a transgender person and be like, hey yo, we're gonna just tell my dad we're dating. Just, I'll do that shit just to fuck with him. My dad legit called me. Like I swear to God, it was like 11 p.m. at night, and I haven't talked to this nigga in like 2 weeks, and he just calls me out the blue. Hey man, you know what? I'm glad you're not gay. I was like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, man. One of my friends has a gay son, and he's just telling me all the trials and tribulations he has to go through with dealing with his gay son. Man, I'm just glad you're not gay. I was like I wanted to say thank you, but I feel like even saying that would make me sound homophobic. Like, I don't know what to fucking say to this motherfucker. I'm like, okay, you're welcome, Dad. You're welcome that I find pussy so appealing. But one of
All
these
right.
days, I swear to God, I'm gonna fuck with him. I'm gonna come through with a gay guy. We're gonna be like, yeah, this is my boyfriend, Jimmy. We just fucking around. That's just, yeah,
All
I
right.
don't know.
Ah, fuck.
Just fuck with your
All
parents.
right. All right. We gotta wrap this up now, man. But yeah. Anything you need to say before we wrap this up? Well, where are you gonna be at this week or next week?
I'm gonna be at Jacinto City, right across from Tinseltown. That's a strip club. Meet me there. You can fucking. I'm just fucking with you. I'm not gonna be doing nothing this whole week. I'm gonna be in Austin probably next week, just to check out the sights and the comedy scene out there. But like I said, this week and next week are my hiatus from comedy. I'm just pretty much gonna be writing. However, you can come visit me on Thursdays, every Thursday, at the Secret Group, because I'm gonna be hosting, along with Enrique, Joshua Stokes, and Kenji Alonso.
All right. And you'll catch me at Liberty Station this Sunday if I make the list. And also to another announcement, third floor cantina starting July 17th, I believe. Starting July 17th, they'll be moving their shows from Tuesday nights at Wednesday nights. Still, same time, same show. Liz goes out at 8. Liz goes out at 8 p.m. The show starts at 9. It starts with the riff. Y'all make sure y'all be there. Up in third floor cantina in Bryan in College Station, Texas. Marlo, I appreciate you doing this, man.
I appreciate you for having me, man. Jet life to the next life. Peace.